Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name's Alexia if you're new here, and in today's video I'm just going to be sharing a couple of silent nurturing days, some self-care type energy, just taking it easy and loving on myself energy. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and help your girl out. We're literally growing so freaking fast and I'm so excited. Making a protein smoothie now, using some plant protein, some cacao, a banana, some natural peanut butter, and some water. And then I'm gonna put it in the fridge so it can like get cold, and then I'm gonna eat it after my shower or drink it after my shower. That's extra, like banana. Peanut butter. I love cacao so much. Oh my gosh. Having it like as hot chocolate. I just caught Moon flipping over and he's the cutest ever. Now I'm gonna put some turmeric and honey for sweetness. That is so good. I'm gonna put it in the fridge now for it to be cold so I can have it later. Lately, I've been getting how to move. In the meantime, I'm going to be making some pasta actually. I'm gonna chop up onions and garlic and prep that and saute that inside my crock pot. And then I'm gonna be adding some tomato paste, some water, and I already made the spaghetti, so yeah. Tell me I'm the best I am. I've been feeling like yes I am. You know I'm the best I am. You'd be a fool to not take me as I am. Forgot we had this. I've been feeling like yes I am. You want my number, has to hit him with the for this occasion. I like a nasty, bad bitch. Let me eat up the lunch. Pussy wet like an ocean. Aphrodisiac emotion.
So it's just it's a functional piece.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. In a movie, it was like noon, bright sunlight, sweating. But again, I didn't have control of the weather. There's in every movie, certainly that I've done, there's always scenes that are sort of logistically the thing that you keep kind of returning to, right?
Like you're like, how are we gonna do this?
Where he's just gotten fired from Haha's after the gun falls out of his pants in the hospital with the kids, and we find him on a subway. These kids are picking on a girl. They end up starting picking on him. He shoots two of them, chases one into an alley. It's like changes his path, right? It's literally the most important pivotal moment in the scene. And when Todd and I talked about it, besides the logistics stuff, he said, I just want it to feel a bit like a fever dream. And me, having grown up in Jersey, just outside of Manhattan, and riding on a lot of subways, but also prepping the movie, you're riding on subways. Yeah. You're sort of always obsessed with how subway light changes. Yeah. Sometimes you go through a tunnel, sometimes you go through a station, sometimes the lights turn off. And this idea of fever dream, I kept thinking, well, I want full control over this subway. Make sure he's not going to tell anyone to take him out. So he ends ends up, so this is a transition. So we're on stage. This is now our stage. Take over a subway. There's like one track in New York that you can actually.
Oh, really?
And we shot like later when he shoots the cops and all the other jokers are in their masks and he's trying to sort of get to Murray Franklin. That we shot on a real subway.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that was going back on the same track.
Yeah.
And if you wanted lights to go off and on, you literally flipped a light switch. So you had somebody in another car with like a master switch, and you go like, kill him, and then go like this. And that's how you like control the lighting, but you don't control anything else.
No
right?
fancy, just
yeah, and it's like you have
There's no
stopping him, and it's like every bit of pain either goes away or he suppresses it because. And then even after the first take, I'm like, you never have to run that fast again. Every take,
still does
faster and faster. And it's funny because the inspiration for that shot, not that, you know, we took it exactly, but I remember Todd and I both were like, this leading shot, which is really an emotional frame in the movie of him running towards camera and really like almost releasing it. Our reference there was that This Is America, Donald Glover, you know, Childish Gambino.
Yep.
Even though if you went to that Childish Gambino shot, which is awesome, by the way, it lasts forever. Yeah. It's not the same angle, it's not that. Yeah. It was the emotion of that shot that we really wanted.
Something
there. That was like a talking point for Todd and I.
How did Todd feel after then, once you guys did this? Was he like,
I mean, it's in the movie.
Just got out the shower. I just got out the shower and I am now gonna finish making the pasta. I'm not even hungry, but I'm just gonna make it. Here's the fit. It's giving what it's supposed to be giving. And yeah, I washed my hair today and I just felt called to, so yeah. Chocolate and I have some cheeses. Even this picture right here, like I look at that and I know exactly where I was. I know exactly where I lived, and during that time was when my mom would wake me up at 3 in the morning and she would tell my dad that, well, the dad that I grew up with, she would tell my dad that we were going to church, and we would go to church and she would meet up with this guy and like a bunch of guys, and she'd be making out right in front of me with these strangers at 3 in the morning. So yeah. And I remember I had to like hide that in that picture. And I remember that was when they were like fighting all the time, when my dad caught my mom cheating all the time. And when I started blaming myself for telling my dad that she was cheating. And I remember that was the same year that my older sister had her 15th birthday party, and she got pregnant that year. And yeah, I can literally look at these pictures and I'm just like, dude, what? Like, what? I think I was like 10 years old there. And like, even now as I speak about this, I'm like, dude, as a 10-year-old, I was experiencing all of that. Like, what? Like, literally what? But anyways, yeah. And I remember like the school pictures. I remember like this winter one. That winter one, I remember that's like when I started getting bullied by my mom and family. And during that time, I was being bullied by literally like so bad. It makes me want to cry right now. Also, because I'm about to get my mood cycle. I was being bullied so badly by my own family, and about like my weight, because that's when I started gaining weight, because I was blaming myself for telling my dad about my mom cheating and holding all of that in. And I remember during that time was when I have curly hair, and I would never want to do it. I always wanted my hair to be messy and like just be in its most natural form. And I remember during that time as well, my mom had grabbed me by my hair, and she had like cut it so, like to my ears, to the point where I literally had like such a horrible haircut. Obviously I made it work because I'm literally the strongest person I fucking know. But literally, like, I remember during that time I was being bullied so badly by them. And she had just like chopped off my hair like forcefully. And I remember during that time, I think it was like a couple years before we had moved in with, like, before my mom had like left us to move in with her alcoholic boyfriend. And during that time, I remember like I was like going back and forth from my mom and dad. And when I was staying with my mom, they like, I would sleep on the couch while they'd be like doing it on the other side, and like fucking drinking and staying up late as fuck, like, and I'd just be there. And it's literally so crazy. Like, who lets that shit happen? Like, what? So anyways, me now is me nurturing and loving myself the way I've always deserved to. And now I'm not asking it from anyone else, especially if they're not gonna show up the way that I need them to. But I'm doing it myself, and I'm surrounding myself with those who are gonna do that because they actually want to. So anyways, that's a little background story with all those pictures. But yeah, also the song that's been like playing in my mind like non-stop is I Wonder by Kanye. And I don't really listen to Kanye, but that song randomly started playing yesterday in my head, and I listened to the lyrics, and I'm just like, dude, literally the resonance of it, like, literally, yes.